not everyone starts a business. So I can't go to my grandma and be like, hey, what do I do about this? You know what I mean? That's why I always say the mentor is the most important, because it can get really lonely trying to figure out. He's like, let's do a $25 ad. And then that just blew up. I was making like 8, 10x. And then I was like, whoa, is this how it always is? He's like, no, you have a good brand. He's like, this isn't how it's supposed to go. But listen, like my employees love me. I really do believe that. They just hate my taste buds and my music choice. That's what they hate the most with me. Katy Perry or Lady Gaga?
Katy Perry.
It's not close, right? It's not close. It's not close.
Yeah. Ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
All right.
We're good.
Welcome to Cigars the Castle, episode number 18. I'm here with Anthony Wasiyo, owner of PlanetEuphoria.
That is true. Yeah.
Woo!
That's exciting news right there. That is cool. Thank you for having me out and giving me this cigar. Mm-hmm. I'm new to money, so having a cigar is pretty cool. I didn't know how to light it, so thank you, brother, for teaching me how to light it and
of course.
giving me this first rich experience for me.
Yes, absolutely. No, and listen, man, everybody has their own way of starting into cigars. Hopefully this kind of starts a new journey for you.
New journey, yeah.
You show up a little bit more at the shop. We'll see you a little bit.
Exactly, absolutely. I'll be back.
So let's talk about it first. What is your business? Can you explain it?
Yeah, so we are a design firm,
Okay.
first and foremost. So we do T-shirts and printing. But biggest thing is we design for celebrities and athletes for the most part. And that's usually where most of our income comes from for that side of the business. We do have the print shop in Schenectady, New York, 3905 State Street. Make sure you check it out.
3905 State Street, Schenectady, New York. What's the zip code?
12304. We
12304.
just moved, so I do apologize. That looked like I didn't know what I was talking about, but we just moved. But no, it's been amazing. Yeah, so we're a design firm for pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been the biggest. It's a blessing, and I love it, and it's always something new and exciting. So
Right. And now a lot of people probably ask you this on different podcasts or different things that you've been on. I've seen you on a couple media platforms already.
Yeah.
So I don't want to bore you with this question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Why'd you get started in this?
So I got started because I was playing pro ball, I was playing arena, and I was playing overseas, and after the third knee surgery, I was like, I'm good, I'm done. I still wanted to be in sports, but I always wanted to have my own clothing brand, and it kind of put things together. I took the chance and bought a DTG machine, which is like a printer for shirts, and it kind of just blew up from there. But I just wanted to start and have my own brand, and then it kind of blew into PlanetEuphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's up with the name, PlanetEuphoria? Where'd this come from?
So when I left football, I was either really depressed,
Okay.
and it was either Planet Depression or Planet Euphoria, which I always wanted to be, which was happy. So it was a pretty easy choice from there. I was like, Planet Depression sounds awful. So I was just like so depressed with leaving football because like that's all you know what I mean? You want to be a football player your whole life.
Right.
And then it's not taken away from you, but it's like my body couldn't hold it anymore. And I was like, it's time to make that break.
Right.
My last year playing arena, there was I was coming home from a game, and I was like, yeah, I hate it. Like, I hated myself. I hated everything I was doing. And there was a thing where you bring your luggage right outside my door. And I was like, that's the sign. God gave me this sign, like, go home. It's not worth it. Like, my body's done. You know, I didn't like the coaches. It was just I had some of the best teammates, but it wasn't. I was a captain. I was having fun in, like, different ways, but like football itself I hated at that point. So it was tough. It is something you grow up loving, but then when you have a bunch of situations happen at once, you can really start to hate it. So,
and now you kind of brought that into you said either Planet Depression or PlanetEuphoria, right?
Yeah.
Now you also have a podcast.
Yes.
Can we promote this a little bit?
Yes, Therapy with Was. Go check that out. We talk about some mental health, but all it is jokes about every day and just like everyday living. You know what I mean?
Right.
We have every type of person that you could think of on there and what they do. And we try to bring just real people, you know, blue collar, having some fun and, you know, talk about their mental health and like what they can do to get better.
Right. And now, have you ever brought on any like mental health professionals at all, or anything along those lines? Or
No, not yet. We want to, but
Okay.
we got to start. I want to have another therapist in there, like a real one, because I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be the therapist. But I got my own shit, so it's always a good time. But
Right.
it's exciting. It's fun, and it's
Yeah.
just a good open time.
Right. Now, do you record at the shop?
Yeah, so we do
Okay.
record right at our shop, and like I said, we've taken a break just so we have the new shop opening up. But now that we're back in there and everything, we're back live, and like told you off air, like we're about 2 weeks away from our first episode dropping again for season 2. So I'm
Nice.
excited.
Nice. Hey, congratulations, man.
Hey, we made it.
Welcome to the podcast land.
Go, thank you.
What's have you thought about, and these are again off the cuff questions here.
Yeah.
Have you thought about adding like a live audience to your show at some point?
Yeah, definitely thought about it. I think it'll be exciting. Like the biggest thing we want to do is add more mics. So right now, we use the wireless Rhodes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
plug for them. You know what I mean? If you want to start a podcast, it's really easy with that stuff.
Yes.
But the receiver can only take 2.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of weird. Is like we need to figure out another way so other people can get wireless mics inside the shop, and we'd like other people, and then maybe bring some audience members on and talk.
Nice.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I like the idea though.
Get some engagement there. I like that. All right, so let's kind of bounce back to Planet Euphoria here.
Yeah.
How did you get your first order for them?
First order.
Yeah. Do you remember your first order?
I do and I don't. So I was blessed. I have a great mentor, Brandon Hamilton. Shout out to Brandon Hamilton. Brand Theory is a brand we're bringing back, and we're going to be talking about how to make ads and stuff like that.
Nice.
He's a wizard at ads, and I'm kind of like the content guy, but he's amazing with ads and like how to promote and stuff like that. And I remember he's like, hey, listen, you have a great brand. Everything you're doing is really dope. You need to be doing this at a bigger scale, because I wasn't really getting much. And then he's like, all right. I remember our first like real sale outside of like my friends and close people like that. He's like, let's do a $25 like ad. And then that just blew up. I was making like 8-10x, and then I was like, whoa, is this how it always is? He's like, no, you have a good brand. He's like, this isn't how it's supposed to go. But then, it blew up. And then obviously you add more, and then obviously our ad budget's over $1,000 almost now. So it's like, wow. Yeah, we're spending some money every day.
Yeah.
Some big money.
Now, are you keeping percentages? I know Rick spoke about it on one of the podcasts we have. 8% growth every year is your target for most businesses to call yourself successful.
Yeah.
Right. And then 3% of your net you're putting into your marketing. Are you looking at percentages like that, or are you just saying, hey, I believe in this product, let's make it happen?
No. Yeah, it's more I believe in this product. So it's not even like an approach. Like I don't take home that much money. What it comes down to is we're always just growing. Like we went from 1 printer to 6 now, or 5. Yeah. So it's just like we're just always growing. We have an embroidery machine now. We have what is it? We're trying to get a format printer in there. So we're just putting more equipment in, and that's the biggest thing is like year 3 or 4 I tend to like take home a little bit more, but right now we're just growing and trying to give as much access to our clients as possible. So like if they want something on demand, we can make it for them.
Right.
Yeah. So that's our biggest thing. Like I'm not really too worried about growth. Like I'll be very honest and blessed with you guys. Like we made 7 figures last year. That's more money than that's more money than my family. I clap it up. Shout out, like I said, shout out Brandon, shout out my whole team that works with us. And to do that in year 2 is not even year 2, is year and a half. Right. So it's just like we're blessed in that fact for sure. So I don't count the numbers. Like I said, that's a year 4, year 5 type of thing to make sure that we're growing. But we're just growing at a rapid rate right now. We're just making sure that everything goes out.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, you spoke about some of your clients,
Yeah.
making sure that it's available to those clients.
Yeah.
Some of your clients are some bigger names, right?
Yeah.
So have you run into any kind of like copyright battles with teams or players or anything around those lines?
Of course, yeah. Fuck them. No. So we did have some copyright issues with like some teams saying we were using their colors. Shout out my lawyer Dan Lust. Everyone go follow him. The sports lawyer. He's great. He kind of like, we operate in such a gray area, so it becomes as long as we have the rights to use their name, those teams are gonna have to come after us. That's what, like, we're challenging those teams to come after us if they really think that we're using their colors, which we aren't. But it's close. I'll be honest, it's very close, and like I said, it's that gray line. And that's what we do. I mean, that's our space, and that's something that the risk we take every day. But we have some great deals that are coming up right here that are gonna eliminate all that for us.
Awesome.
So that's what we're most excited about, and we're just having fun at this point.
Yeah. Now, what was maybe one of your most challenging orders that you had to fill? Was it like 6,000 needed to go out in 2 nights or anything along those lines? Or?
Yeah, so we have some crazy, even today we still get some challenges, but it's orders on the daily. So if we have like 250 orders and then we have to get all those shirts ready, we're still trying to figure out the system for getting daily orders automated. So it's like, all right, this day we have 80 black 2XLs, but yesterday we only had 20 black 2XLs. So it's like getting those blank shirts in and stuff like that. It becomes you need to have a lot of stock and stuff like that. So it's just been that challenge, is like, all right, do we have this on hand? And then we just switched over. We were only doing off-white shirts in the beginning, and now we have black shirts, and they came out amazing. But it's a challenge in the beginning for sure to like work with different colors, because then you got to keep them stocked. You got to see what's selling, what's not. So that's our biggest issue. And we've had some great orders where we have to do 3,000 in 2 days, and I'm like, all right, we'll work overnight. You know what I mean? I'll have all my employees there. We call it midnight printing, and we turn up some techno music and we just rock.
Some of the music that you subject your employees to.
It's
for sure. It's
Listen, like, my employees love me. I really do believe that. They just hate my taste buds and my music choice. That's what they hate the most with me.
What's going on your playlist right now? Like, what are your top 3 artists that you have playing in the shop?
Chapel Roan. Okay. Oh my gosh, Pink Pony Club. Whoo, that's a banger, straight banger. That's been in my playlist. Benny the Butcher, shout out Buffalo, always in my playlist. I gotta have some hood in there, so you know what I mean. I don't want people to think I'm too soft now. In my old age, I'm getting soft, but that's always good. I'm trying to think what else is going. Oh, I've been listening to a lot of Jack Harlow recently too. Kind of weird.
Okay.
And then the Girl in Red, who's obviously a girl, but keeping it going. And I'm trying to think. I listened to Taylor Swift too recently. She's, talk about certified bangers. And I do have a question for you.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Are you taking? This is a debate that we just had. Katy Perry or Lady Gaga?
Katy Perry.
It's not close, right? It's not close. It's not close.
Yeah, no.
I might take Katy Perry over Taylor Swift, and that might be hating.
Yeah.
But Katy Perry has bangers. Teenage Dream, banger. What is it? Firework, banger. I'm trying to think of.
The Girl.
I Kiss.
Dog.
Dog. Talk about a banger, man.
It's not even close.
No. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. Who was trying to debate Gaga?
I forgot who it was. I think it was another girl who was trying to debate it with me. She works with me. She works one of my employees, and she was saying like, Lady Gaga is like actually good, and I was like, she's good. Don't get me wrong.
She's good.
Paparazzi, pop. Yeah, I'll be dancing. You know what I mean? Bad Romance. I'm dancing, but Katy Perry's got hits.
Yeah.
Hits. She's done it all. So I don't know. That's my thought. That's my thought process.
I like it. And now that you have the physical location up and running there, you can play it all you'd like.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. Why a physical location for your actual shop now?
That's actually a good question. And it's going to be kind of a weird answer. Gotta hit the cigar real quick. It's because I want it to be an experience when you buy from us.
Okay.
So when you get a Planet Euphoria tee, we're all about the experience for it, and that's why we're working so hard to fix our shipping times and stuff like that, which sucks right now. But it's like we're getting so many orders, but it's a good problem to have. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the experience. So in our shop right now, we have a hoop. You can come in, you shoot a shot, you get 20% off. You know what I mean? You shoot from half court from our shop, you win a free shirt. So we're all about the experience there, and we want to give the people, kids and the adults that come in, the opportunity to have a fun time, because there was nothing like just going somewhere as a kid and then like hating it as growing up. You know what I mean? Like your mom could bring you here and like you just hate it. And I don't think there's a lot of physical stores that don't have that experience for their employees, not employees, but employees and customers. We have a football game getting set up. Like you throw it into the hole, you get 20% off. You throw it in the smaller one, free shirt. At the end of the day, we might be losing money off that, but the experience for the customer is going to be so much better, and it's just we value that more than what a shirt's going to cost us.
Right.
So,
exactly. And you have to think about it, as a business at the end of the day, still,
yeah,
it's free marketing for you guys.
100%. And we have had people come in, and we're hoping to have some celebrity signings. We have Cam coming in. Okay. Cam Newton's going to be there. Rob Gronkowski's planning it. So it's just getting those big names in and, having some fun while we can.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's, like I said, the experience means so much more to me than the actual, oh, wow, I made an extra $5 off this kid.
Right.
Who gives a fuck, bro? It's $5 at the end of the day. And, if that compounds and you said, well, that was an extra 10,000 you missed on the year. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Like we're the amount of marketing and everything. And this new thing that we're doing is we're making mystery packs for tees.
Okay.
And it's going to be player-based and team-based. And we're putting them in vending machines across New York. And what you're going to do is you're going to, put in $25 and you get the tee and whatever size you are. And, you can chase that one-of-one tee that we have in there, which is pretty cool. So we're trying to give that card feel to all the shirts. And I think that's going to be pretty sick for us.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Now, how does your team kind of feel about all these changes, rapid change in the workplace like that? I know it can be very frustrating. In the first place, trying to get employees. Yeah. So maybe let's start there. How are you growing your team? How difficult was it to get your team up and running and get the next employee on there? Yeah. So first and foremost, shout out my brother Jonathan. Jonathan is pretty much our master printer. He handles a lot of the printing stuff. I forced him to come work for me. There's no I'm not trying to lie to you guys. I was like, listen, you're leaving your job and you're coming to work for me. That's pretty much it is. So that first team member was pretty easy. Team member number 2 was probably Mike. Mike was a longtime friend. Our ex-girlfriends were best friends. So I was like, Mike, just trust me on this. It'll blow up. Right. Mike, he deals with the day-to-day stuff a lot. And, he has a stressful job because he deals with all the customer service stuff. Right. So he deals with, all the orders. People will message him and be like, hey, where's my order? It's been 10 days and stuff like that. So I do feel, I'm sorry, Mike. I know this, you might watch this, but I am sorry. So he was my second, and then from there we just started adding people. My cousin Brandy, she's great. She fills all the orders. My other cousin Cliff, he's there part time. And I just bring a lot of family and friends. I know that's wrong and considered in the business aspect, but when you talk about expectations and you don't lead by cracking the whip and everything, it's going smooth. My brother might need Monday off instead of Wednesday. I'm not going to argue with him. Right. He gives me a good product every day. There's no point. If somebody's a bad employee, I'll address it, but I'm been very thankful. I don't think I've had to really fire anybody. You know what I mean? We've had people have to leave because they're only doing part-time and stuff, but I'm blessed in the fact that you just got to know who you're around, and as long as the expectations are set, I think it's a good place. Right. So. And now, how would you kind of give that advice to somebody who may be starting a business? Again, I know you're still fresh in the game, right?
Yeah.
You're only about 3 years in max.
Yeah, 100%. Right? Yeah.
So you're still in that infant stage, as Rick always says. You crawl before you walk
yeah.
before you sprint before you rocket.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're still in the crawling phase, but you're still scaling up, and you're doing it at great scales.
Yeah.
So how would you kind of recommend, a business plan to somebody who may be starting their own right now?
Yeah.
Obviously, again, they're not looking to, well, maybe they are looking to, but get the 7-figure business after 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen.
It's rare. It's rare.
It's very rare, and it's that's why I'm very honored to have somebody like you on the podcast immediately.
Yeah.
Because again, your time is very precious with everything that you have going on.
I appreciate you.
But how would you kind of spread some of your knowledge to somebody new?
The first thing I would do is the business plan is important, but most important is getting a mentor. I'm not here without Brandon. So with me, I was always going to be successful. He always says this, you are going to get there, but having a mentor can 2-3x the speed.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing is if you can get that mentor, that means everything. A mentor will 10x you rather than a great business plan. You know what I mean? You could have the best business plan in the world. If you don't have a mentor tell you, hey, you're doing this wrong and you should probably do it this and try this, you're not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? Right. We ended up cutting our shipping in half because we were paying £1 per package when it was actually supposed to be 0.5, but we didn't know that. You know what I mean? In my business plan, it says £1. You know what I mean? But Brandon's no, you can cut that to 8 ounces because a shirt's only 6 ounces, and with the print on it, you're fine. So it's just the little stuff like that that you can't teach unless you've been in it.
Right.
Then you know what I mean. I can sit here and tell you, hey, these ads are gonna work because you're changing your audience here, and we're gonna do some things on the side here, and we're gonna change your graphic. Right. And that stuff, you can have the best business plan in the world, but if you don't know, or somebody in your team know, it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
So that's the biggest thing.
So always get a mentor, right? Now, how did you vet out getting Brandon on your team? How did you get him to come along with you?
Yeah, I was kind of lucky. He had an Instagram ad, I think, and I clicked it. He's like, listen, you have a great product. And I just kind of took the risk, to be honest. I jumped on it. He kind of dude, no, this is going to be good. And you know what I mean? He kind of pushed. He's like, yeah, let me be a part of this. Okay. So he was very cool. And then I paid him 3 months for consulting. And then it was going crazy. And then he's like, all right, let's not partner on it, but pay me monthly and we'll do. And then now we just have a great relationship, and there's other way we pay each other, and there's, you know what I mean? But yeah, Brandon was great, but it's, getting a mentor, just make sure they've had success in your industry. Don't get a mentor that's only making. So if you want a 7-figure mentor, if that's what your business you want, go get a 7-figure mentor. If you want a 6-figure mentor, go get a 6-figure mentor. You know what I mean? Right. So that's the biggest thing I'll say.
And I've heard that from so many other entrepreneurs is, again, getting a mentor, having somebody, have your back. At the end of the day, right? Yeah. There's a lot of legal shit that you don't know. There's a lot of other battles that you don't know coming into the business that, I wrote a business plan. I went through all these different Google Docs. I asked ChatGPT how to run a business, right? Yeah. And it's not going to tell you anything.
No, it's not. Taxes, I have a 6-figure tax bill. I didn't expect that shit. Brandon told me, I was like, yo, you're going to have taxes now, buddy. I was like, fuck. I don't remember ever paying taxes, dog. You know what I mean? So shit like that, you got to navigate, and it's tough to do, but like I said, if you have that mentor, it's everything. And I always try anyone in the 518 just to shout out, if you're here in the 518, you need help with anything, you need something, just hit me up. I'm usually I won't answer probably on the first one, but I promise you, if you text me on the personal page, I'll get to it eventually, and we can talk business anytime, and I'll help out whoever.
And definitely I appreciate that, you jumping in here. Yeah. I know I messaged you on I messaged the Euphoria page. I was like, hey, do you want to come on and do the podcast? Yeah. I think this was 3 months ago or something. Yeah. And then I got a couple of responses oh, we'll tell Anthony. I was like, wait, what do you mean you tell him?
Yeah. So yeah, shout out Emilio and everyone that runs my socials. I don't run because I can't. Sometimes when you're a designer, you don't want to see any negative comments or anything like that. So there's people hey, your logos are too big or something like this. And we do so well, but sometimes those negative comments, you know what I mean, gets you. So for me, a major thing for me to do is to disassociate with that side sometimes. And it's tough to do, but I love it. I still go on. Don't right. think like I'm like, but you know what I mean? Like I don't want to see that all the time, or I don't want to see we're missing an order here or there. So
right.
I try to get away from it so I'm not consumed by it 24/7.
Right.
So
I was going to ask you that as a kind of a side question is how do you deal with the negative comments? Because it's impossible to miss, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like even I see them on the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll see, 10 positive comments in a row, but that one just sticks with me.
As this one guy, we were doing our podcast, now this one sticks. It was like, he was like, I wish podcast equipment was more expensive so we wouldn't have people like you on there. I was like, damn, bro, that hurts. That cut a little deep. But then it's like, everyone else is laughing and having a good time, so I don't care. And it's, I don't know, it's just fun. You know what I mean? It's a passion project for me. It's not, right. I'm not looking to get $1 million off podcasting. Exactly. I'm just here to have fun.
Right. And you're here to spread a very good message, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You have a lot of mental health in your podcast there.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find it.
Yeah.
Now that you told me where to find it, I can go find it there.
Yeah. Have some fun with us.
And, it's making your podcast in the first place is very intimate, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like your baby, right?
Yeah, 100%.
This is my idea. I'm bringing it out to the world. And you know this with Planet Euphoria is when you see that negativity, it can almost derail you and make you think, you didn't do everything right. Are you a people pleaser?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Right. So when you have that kind of mentality, right, you're always trying to make sure that everybody in the room is happy.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're always trying to fix the smallest piece so that everyone can be
100%
as happy as possible. But then you kind of drain from yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So how have you dealt with that over time?
Not straying away from like who I am. You know what I mean? People are gonna hate on pieces. People are gonna think they can draw better than you. I had a designer, what was it, like 3 days ago or whatever it was now. He's like, wow, these shirts really suck. I commented back, I know the designer's really awful, let me tell you. But it's like, and he, just like, I was like, thank you for saying that. You know what I mean? Those people are so hurt. You know what I mean? I never leave a negative comment on anything because like that's one kind of weird. Like, I don't go on socials to hate on anybody. That's weird. I go on there to have fun and like spread stuff and have love. But to not stray away from like what we do designing wise, we just got to turn off the haters and like we make these for us. You know what I mean? Our shirts are for us. They're not for you. If you don't like them. Go buy someone else's.
Exactly.
Fanatics doors open. Go buy Fanatics.
There's plenty of other opportunities out there for you. This one's for me.
Yeah, exactly. This is for me.
That kind of leads me to my next question here. I mean, you make a lot of shirts for yourself and for your ideas.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest request that you ever had if you had to do like a custom shirt?
So, I own a nonprofit called Yuck Sports, and that's for youth kids. And we did a shirt for a bowler, and I was just like, that's our art doesn't discriminate, but it is a lot tougher to do our art for like different sports and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool. And like weird requests, I mean, I guess that would be like the weirdest because it's like we get a lot of weird requests, but it's like we say no to them. You know what I mean? Like I'm not drawing a swastika, bro. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry, you got the wrong guy, brother.
You're gonna find somebody else.
Yeah.
Maybe hit up Ye.
Yeah, like Ye's your guy. I'm not Ye. You know what I mean? So we do get a lot of weird, but it's always those fun ones where it's like takes us out of our comfort zone. Even with like designing for Gary Vee and doing his like V-Friends stuff, that was taking us out of our comfort zones because we always did sports. And he's like, "Look, you guys can definitely do this." And we took the chance on it and did it. And obviously they love it, we love it, and it's fun. But it's just those weird requests. I always like getting out of my comfort zone, so I was pretty excited for that one.
Yeah. Do you get starstruck at all with any players? I mean, you played in arena.
Yeah.
You played overseas. You are a big name yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't sell yourself short ever. But like, do you ever get starstruck when you get around some of these kind of like major quote unquote celebrities, right?
Not really starstruck. I get excited that I get to meet them, but not starstruck. Like, we have shirt coming out with Steph Curry, and like I'm gonna go out and meet Steph, and it's like that's sick, like that's dope. Right. You know what I mean? But starstruck, not really. I mean, it's a fun time, and they're just people too, and we just try. I'm me, you know what I mean? I'm gonna fucking be me the whole time. Like if they like me, they like me. They don't, they don't. Now I will say this: there is some celebrities and athletes that are really fucking assholes, and like you don't want to be around them. You know what I mean? And that makes you not. That puts it in perspective that they're just people. Right. Just like I hated this person in high school, like I hate this person in real life when I'm growing up. You know what I mean? Like that celebrity's an asshole. Right. That person's an asshole. I hate working with her. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is. You know? Just the truth about it.
Yeah. If we're like, I'm going to jump off topic here because I really want to know about this, and kind of you saying the way that you did there is, you know, you're always going to be yourself.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on with these Thanksgiving meal ratings?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, so if you guys ever go to my personal page, Anthony Wasiyo Jr., you guys are going to see my turkey ratings every Thanksgiving. And I was going to do it on Christmas. So I think we're going to add more holidays to this. I think we're going to do 4th of July this year. We're going to send your glizzies. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to rate your glizzies and see how they go. But the Thanksgiving thing happened. Out of nowhere, like my video kind of popped off in college when I was making a turkey in COVID. And I didn't know how to cook. Right. So I was just putting a bunch of shit together, and it was a fucking stupid video. It's cooking with Was. It's hilarious. And then I kept getting people's plates to like see I'm a better cook than you. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start rating plates. And now I get over 200 submissions every year. I mean, you've seen it. Like Thanksgiving is like when people submit their Thanksgiving plates. It's a holiday for us on the personal page. It's the funniest thing. I love it. I'm hoping to grow it even more this year. Like I said, we're doing more holidays and just having some fun. It's a good time. Everyone seems to enjoy it. I don't know. The winner this year was supposed to get $100. I don't even know if I sent it, but next year we'll do 200 and we'll have some even more fun.
They're gonna be commenting below.
Yeah, comment below.
Still missing my $100.
Comment below. I'll send you the Venmo right now. I feel bad, but we were just having so much fun, and it gets everyone involved, and people see some shitty plates, and people see some good plates. I'll say that. There's some bad plates out there. I grew up in the system, but god damn, man, somebody's got to learn to cook in the family, you know.
Honestly,
yeah, it's bad.
Now, what was Jesus Christ?
Just truth.
Yeah. And now again, you kind of came from a similar situation for myself. I was adopted.
Yeah.
I went back at some point to my family, but again, you might not have had the same opportunity. So what was that like kind of growing up in?
Yeah. So just to be clear, people don't think I wasn't adopted, but we grew up in the same bad homes in the beginning. You know what I mean? So in that situation, it's tough. I mean, my mom passed away when I was 19, enlarged heart, obesity and stuff like that. But I had multiple stepdads, brothers with different dads, and my dad was in and out of my life. It's tough. And that's where the people pleasing came from. Right. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I even played football because I was hoping my dad would be there. You know what I mean? It's stuff like that you don't realize until you're older, and you're like, fuck. Now I do love football, don't get me wrong, but maybe I wouldn't have tried to be an NFL player, and I would have started this business when I was 18. You know what I mean? But it's tough. It makes you hyper independent. I'm guessing you deal with the same thing, where it's like you have to become very independent as a person, emotionally and physically. But it's taught me a lot of things in life. I don't recommend it for anybody, but it's taught me a lot of things in business. It's like, you're going to have to deal with a lot of shit alone. Like, not everyone starts a business. So I can't go to my grandma and be like, hey, what do I do about this? You know what I mean? That's why I always say the mentor is the most important, because it can get really lonely trying to figure out shit. Yes. It's tough in that type of aspect, is like, you want to be around people that have the same ambition as you. Like, people think you're crazy. People probably think you're crazy, being a normal 9-to-5 job, and then you want to do real estate, you want to do all this other stuff. And they're like, bro, go home and play video games. Go home and, you know what I mean, watch Netflix or something. They're probably, you know what I mean? But, you know, in, I don't know, your family situation, but if like, you have a girlfriend or wife or, you know what I mean, or whatever, significant other, they probably want you to hang out. You know what I mean? They probably want to cuddle you every night. And it's like, some nights you're like, babe, I'm on my phone. I gotta check this. You know what I mean? For me, it's the same situation. I'm on Pinterest until 12 p.m. 12 a.m. sometimes. You know what I mean? Trying to look up designs, or I'm working a new deal. You know, and I'm looking up numbers, what we can do here, or hey, why wasn't this ad doing today? Let me see if I can make some more wrestling, make some more football. Let's see what's going on. So. You know, that's tough. A lot of people, if you're not around those people that have the same ambition, it's tough to do anything. So being in that situation growing up, you kind of get that independence.
Yes. And, you know, luckily enough, in my later years, again, when I was 26, 27, a couple of years ago, you know, when I started this podcast, is I ran into people like Rick.
Yeah, right? 100%.
And Rick is my mentor. He's my go-to for every business question I have under the sun, because he runs 2 successful businesses. Don't know how he does it. Still to this day, he's like, I just turned 63 on Monday, and you know, happy belated birthday to Rick. Turned 63 on Monday.
Happy belated, brother.
He's like, I get up at like, you know, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I go to jewelry store. I run that business, and then I get here around 6:30 at night. And then sometimes I'm here until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I do it again. Yeah. He does that 7 days a week, and I'm just like,
that's crazy.
For the last 30 years.
It's
like, what is going on?
Yeah, but when you really believe in something and you have a passion for it, it doesn't seem like work for him. He's probably just chilling. You know what I mean? So,
and, you know, again, running into great mentors like him, he's also helped with my mental health. And I've had,
100%.
You know, I had some absolutely terrible, abysmal mental health for a long time. And I hurt a lot of people. A lot of people hurt me in the past. You know, I always put it out there. You know, if you ever want to reach out to me, I forgive you if you've hurt me, and if I've hurt you, please reach out to me so we can make amends.
100%.
But again, that came from, you know, kind of my upbringing and this same situation where I didn't figure that out until I was 26 years old.
Exactly. You don't realize it. And then also, like, I get like black spots, so I don't remember some of my childhood. You know what I mean? And you become like, oh, that's why we did this, or that's why the family did this, and stuff like that. So it's like you're trying to piece together your childhood and understand certain things, and sometimes you don't have an answer, and it's tough. And that's just what life is, though. Sometimes there is no answers to it. So.
And what has been the best help for you in your journey of mental health here?
Best, I would say, just talking about it. Like, you just talk, like, you're never really alone, because there's probably someone in a situation, you know, everyone's fighting a battle.
Right.
So if you have some really good friends, I mean, shout out, Krug, Keytrick, Stammel, Kyle, Kenny, just trying to think of my boys right now, Kel, Tobias, Isaiah, Will. We have a big group chat. But just all my boys, Zach, just like, if you are having a bad day, it's like you can reach out. Like, I can reach out to Keytrick, I can reach out to Krug if something, Playtech or something like that. And it might be awkward at first, you know what I mean? But like, reach out if you have a problem, or, you know, obviously anyone listening, reach out to either one of us. I'm pretty sure we'll answer.
Absolutely.
But growing up, you kind of don't have a choice. You don't have the choice to like sulk in it. So now that I have some free time and I have some money, it's like you can sulk in it, but it's just getting the help to fix those problems, fix those wounds. You know, right now I have a life coach, Ron Renaud. Go check him out. And he helps me talk through those problems, because I really do. It's like, I missed having a father growing up, so I have a lot of that trauma. Is like certain things I really don't know how to do that you get taught as a young kid. You know what I mean? So it's just something I have to deal with. But like I said, talking to somebody makes it all better.
Right. No, and thank you. I do appreciate you sharing, man.
No, absolutely. I appreciate you.
You know, a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it, right? Or they're like nervous, or they don't want to put, you know, themselves out there. Yeah. But I feel like that's extremely healthy to do.
100%.
I don't want to turn it into, you know, a mushy kind of deal. But at the same time, you know, you can be a man at the end of the day and still talk about what's going on in your life. It's not the 80s anymore.
No, listen. Like, I got Benny the Butcher and Chappell Roan both in the playlist. If I wanted to listen to Little Girl Pop, I'm going to listen to Little Girl Pop, all right? Yeah. But it's tough. It really is tough. And the other generation before us didn't have that type of safe space to talk.
Right.
But I think us as our generation grows, I think that we can give that space for our kids and us as men, and just like, hey, not everything is going to be good, man. There's going to be tough fucking days. But if you're a pillar for your family, you know what I mean? You can still be a pillar and still have bad days.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And now, just to kind of bring us back a little bit here,
Yeah.
I know I got us a little derailed.
Yeah.
But if you ever had to make a T-shirt for yourself,
yeah,
what does it look like in your head?
It's a wrestling tee for sure.
Okay.
And it's like all my competitors like in the ring, and I'm just like 619 and like kind of like Rey Mysterio here, or it's Triple H just, you know, Randy Orton RKOing him.
Yeah.
That's me, like just giving him the RKO. I'm an extremely competitive person, but I don't worry about them in a weird way, but I think that they did some weird practice. There's been some weird practices that they do. So I always say, like, my competitors are a little weird, but we try to make it an open space. Like, my biggest thing is I want to open up the likeness of everybody to all these artists, because I think we're going to have a better product. Like, I feel like there's a lot of gatekeeping and, like, all right, so the NFL license, it's very handed out, but like if you gave it to some of these smaller artists and these smaller brands, I think you're going to get a better product when it comes to clothing, because, you know, they're not worried about much as the money as much as the, hey, it's a good art piece. Right. And every shirt we make is an art piece. It's not a shirt, you know what I mean? And some of these bigger brands, it's just a shirt to them, and that's all they care about. They're just putting the logo on there, and they're going to make their $15 a shirt and move on. And it's just, for us, that's not fun, and that's not what we think. Now, don't get me wrong, that has a place in this world and what we can do, but I think there's a lot of smaller brands that can really bring cool energy and some new ideas to what the space is now.
Right.
And that's why I see, like, the fall with Nike a little bit. I think people are starting to see that, like, smaller brands do bring something here.
And have you had any kind of, like, conversations with some of the bigger brands to say, hey, you know, do you want to bring on some of my merch and put your logo on it?
Yeah, so we did. There was a bigger brand that wanted to buy us out. I won't say names. They offered us a low 5-figure sum, and I laughed. And I said, where did they get that from?
Right.
And they're like, well, we don't think that it's going to be a business that can last. So that's why we're keeping doing this. Like, they didn't believe in what we can do. So now it's kind of like, fuck you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sorry, I don't know if I can swear, but
swear whatever you want.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck you. Now Planet Euphoria is going to take over, because now you fucked up. You don't know who I am. Like, if you just said, hey, it was a bad offer and we don't want to do anything, like, that's cool. Like, I'm cool with that. Yeah. Like, hey, this is what we can offer. It was laughable. I mean, if we make more than that in a couple days. And I was like, what's the point? He's like, well, there's still some licensing stuff we would have to do and everything like that. I was like, well, what if we get it? Like, he's like, well, I don't know if the offer would change. And I was like, all right. So now it's like, yeah, fuck you.
The licenses themselves is probably worth more than
100%. So I was like, all right. So now that's why we're going so hard on licensing, and we've got a couple things in there, and we have a big meeting tomorrow. So I'm very excited and have some fun. But yeah, that's what it is.
Awesome. And, you know, I'm going to let you go in just a second here.
Yeah.
I know, again, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do appreciate you being here. Last question that I always ask every guest that's on this podcast. Now that you've had a cigar.
Yeah, I've had a cigar.
Who's one person that you would want to sit down with, alive or dead,
one more
time, to have a cigar with?
Ooh, that's so tough. And you know what? You asked me before and I didn't know. But I would probably do right now, if I could do it, Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, just because he was a big cigar smoker. And I just want to see, like, I want to see him in his prime just smoking a cigar and it's just talking shit and just seeing what happens. I think that would be kind of funny for sure. Like, just to hear what he has to say and just what he's doing while he's smoking. You know what I mean? I just want to get the vibes going.
Absolutely.
I'm all about the vibes.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I'm all about the vibes. And then I know that's not a business like guy.
No, you can add.
But
listen, it can be whoever you want it to be.
I want to see what he would have to say.
talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, I bench more than you, and he knows like, okay. He knows I'm lying. I just want to see what he says.
Well, Anthony, thank you so much. I do appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you, brother.
And honestly, I can't wait to see what Planet Euphoria has in store for the next couple of years.
Yes.
Maybe we'll have you back on in a couple of years if you have time. Again, I know you have a lot of big things, a lot of big plans moving here.
We're good.
I'd love to have you back again in the future. See where you're at.
Absolutely, brother. Yeah. Appreciate you having me on.
Of course. And then one more time, where can people find you and your shop? Make sure you
So PlanetEuphoria.co. Follow us on all socials. And then Planet Euphoria, the store, 3905 State Street, Schenectady, New York, 12304. We open up April 1st for the public. We're not open yet, so after that, we're good. Just stop in, see me. I'll be there every day. Just stop in, have some fun. Ask for Anthony. One of my guys will get me if I'm in a meeting, and then we'll have some fun. We'll shoot some hoops.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Brother, I appreciate you.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Surrender. Thank you. Beautiful. Now I'm ready. I marketed up the King of the Castle. So here we go. Frederick Clark. Clark. Thank you. You got your all?
Absolutely. Perfect here. Let's go ahead. Got it. Perfect.